Stand if you feel like it for our first song. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of yours, you're gonna let it shine. This little light of yours, you're gonna let it shine. This little light of yours, you're gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Last verse. This little light of ours, we're gonna let it shine. This little light of ours, we're gonna let it shine. This little light of ours, we're gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Amen. Oh, good. Thank you, Ronnie. We've got our blood moving. We know we want to project all the goodness that we are into this world of ours. Wow. Okay, well, hello, good morning. Welcome, every one of you. My name is Bobby Conniff. I'll be your service leader today. We just heard from Ronnie Weiss. She's amazing and brings our enthusiasm up to a feverish pitch, and we're excited that she'll continue doing that for the whole service. And our speaker today is the Reverend Christy Semple, who is back with us again. Several times she's visited us in the past, and it's always such a treat. We appreciate you. And her topic today is the power of thankful decision. The power, okay, so we know Thanksgiving is coming, but now we're going to learn how to incorporate the power into deciding that it's Thanksgiving and what we can do to make it more powerful. Thank you, Christine. We're looking forward to that. It's great to see everyone here in this sanctuary. Welcome to those of you who will be viewing with us at home. And I think let's start with prayer. In Unity, we know prayer works, so we use it. We quiet our minds, still our bodies. Take a deep breath and let that out. And now with the second breath, picture that you are an amazing being. You know you are an amazing being. It doesn't always feel that way. But when we center ourselves and realize that we possess all the tools necessary, all the power, the God-given power that anyone has ever possessed. But we here at Unity know we can activate those powers. We know we can call on peace, life, wisdom at any time to infuse our decisions, our aspects, our emotions with that God-given goodness. And so let us be aware and grateful for this knowledge and this great position that we have placed ourselves in the world at this important time when it needs as much wisdom, love, and good decision-making as it ever has, as we become instruments of peace and love. And gratefully, so it is. Amen. Taking a look at the announcements we have coming up. We have the One Can at a Time food drive. And if you came into this sanctuary, you saw that there's a filling basket right there at the doorway. And we've been collecting your offerings for the East End Cooperative Ministries Food Bank, which we'll be continuing to do all through the month of December. So I've noticed that a number of you have been generous and brought in a bag full, and we're filling it up quickly. So we thank you for that. Together we can make a difference. Following today's service is a bit of Reiki. Our Reiki practitioner, Renee Gillespie, will be offering it, so please hang around the front of the sanctuary and you can receive some Reiki for what may ail you. Let's not forget that in 2 weeks, there's a holiday sing-along party right here at church from 12 to 2:30, right after the service that afternoon. So come and join us as we share music and fellowship, and bring your voice and a snack or a dish to share as we joyfully bring in the Christmas season. Shortly after that, on December 31st, we'll be renewing our New Year's Eve White Elephant Bingo and Potluck. So also you can bring a dish to share, and we also bring a white elephant gift. You may receive something for the holidays that doesn't quite match who you are. Put it in a bag and bring it to the bingo, and someone will pick it and be surprised. You can pick something too. Also, we have coming up on January 11th during the service, our Volunteer Appreciation Day. Please come if you've ever volunteered at all. We want to see you, we want to praise you and thank you, and perhaps give you a little gift. So those things are upcoming. And now, do we have any visitors that are here for the first time? Yeah, we do. Can an usher unite Shannon with a visitor's packet? Thank you. And now it's time to greet each other. So, hello friends, hello new friends, old friends. I'll give you about a minute and a half.
I appreciate being in my position. It's good to know.
As we light our Christ candle, we do this symbolic action every week to remind ourselves that, just like within this pillar of paraffin and wax, is a light. Just as within us, there's a light. It's always there. The connection to Spirit is always there if we pay attention to it. We can live our whole lives without knowing it. We can ignore this candle. But if we go through the habit of remembering that we are wondrously made, that we are divine creatures, powerful beyond words, if we just awaken that spirit within. So will you join with me in saying now, the Christ in me is awakened now, 3 times. The Christ in me is awakened now. The Christ in me is awakened now. The Christ in me is awakened now. And we remember our vision and our mission. We envision a spiritually awakened world flowing with divine love, and picture that. We are an inclusive, loving, growing community dedicated to teach, inspire, and practice positive spiritual living.
My day with love, when I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love, when I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I get that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I get that sweet release of peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, 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 joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release.
Gina is coming up right now to share with us the daily word.
Good morning, everyone. So the daily word of today for November 23rd is protected. I rest securely knowing I am divinely protected. Protection is more than physical safety. It is the deep assurance that no harm can befall me at the level of spirit. I am guided and sustained by the infinite intelligence and love of spirit. This protection is not fear-based, but faith-based. A deep understanding that no matter what appears in our outer world, the Christ presence within me is my enduring spiritual protection. This awareness helps me put the news of the world in proper perspective. As I align my thoughts and feelings with spiritual truth, I feel safe. Affirming divine protection allows me to live boldly, knowing I am not alone. I believe in the prayer for protection, which assures me I am surrounded, enfolded, and protected by the presence and power of God. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Psalm 91:11. Thank you.
Thank you, Gina. So let's say together our affirmation. I rest securely knowing I am divinely protected. 3 times. I rest securely knowing I am divinely protected. I rest securely knowing I am divinely protected. I rest securely knowing I am divinely protected. In that prayerful space, let's recall any prayerful intentions we might have. You will find in front of you in one of the seat, there's a case with our prayer slips and a pen. Share them with your seatmates, if you will. If there's something troubling you or a friend or a relative, if you're worried about something that's coming up and want some help releasing it, whatever it is that's on your heart and mind, place it on a prayer slip. We'll be praying over these intentions shortly. They'll also be transferred to the Silent Unity prayer service where they'll be prayed for 30 days. You might want to hold your prayer slip in your hand.
And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough hope, quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, one Spirit, is in this very room.
As you hold your prayer slips in your hand, let's envision right outcomes, wonderful holidays, health and healing, wisdom, good choices, all that we would wish for ourselves and our loved ones. Envision it firmly, clearly in your mind right now as we hold on to these requests and as we will shortly be depositing them in the basket and letting them go for Spirit to take care of so that we don't need to worry. We know our good intentions, accompanied by our positive thoughts and good effort, move Spirit's power through situations, resulting in healing, prosperity, and everything good. As our ushers collect these prayer requests, let's sing again.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough hope, quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, one Spirit, is in this very room.
Now I invite you to prepare yourself for a short meditation. You might want to get settled in your seat, perhaps uncross your legs or your arms, as we breathe in and stretch up our backbone. We let the backbone be straight against the seat, not because we're rigid, but because we have the dignity of knowing that we can stand up tall in this world and direct ourselves. And on one of the next exhales, I invite you to relax the front of your body. Feel the wrinkles moving from your forehead, from your cheeks, maybe from your tongue and your neck. Soften the belly, letting go of those muscular tensions so that that's not a necessity in your life. And breathe easily as we attempt to quiet the busy mind and unite with spirit in this season of gratitude. We talk a lot about thanks and gratitude this season. It's the harvest. We have reaped what we have sown. So let's today practice opening our hearts. If you choose, you can touch your heart space or not. But think of something for which you are grateful. Children, guiding family members, people who have been kind to you when you really needed it. For your own opportunity to have an influence in your world. Choose something to think about. And now as you focus on that aspect of your own personal gratitude, feel your heart open. I'm asking you to physically feel something here. Activating kind of the gratitude muscle. For gratitude is not just an emotion. We can enhance it. We can make it bigger and let it pulse within us, giving it power over many aspects of our lives. For gratitude is an attracting force that brings to us all good. So I invite you to find your special moment of accepting your physical gratitude power. In the next moment in the quiet. Perhaps you want to help someone. Let's make our words be loving and kind so another would like to listen. So many things to be grateful for. Let that be our power. I invite you to come back into this room or stay in the quiet if that's more comfortable and where you want to be and need to be right now. As Ronnie plays our next song, Enough.
The rain is so softly falling on the ground. I'm searching for something, it just can't be found. This feeling, I know it, it's come around again. My friend, what is it? What's missing? What do I long for? A sense of completeness, but behind which door? I've opened so many, how many more to go? Don't know, tell me why it's so. We wander oh so far and hang our hopes upon a star and lose ourself, our way. They tell us look outside to fill that hole you feel you have inside yourself today. Been searching, been stumbling, been trying to find the secret, the key that opens peace of mind. Been using the wrong eyes and I've been blind till now. But now my learning's unfolding, I'm starting to see the answer more clearly. It's inside of me. I'm gaining the wisdom, the truth may be right here. No fear, it's a part of me. Well, I am all I need, and I can choose just what I feed myself along the way. It's time to call my bluff. I have it all. I am enough just as I am today. It's always been that way. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. I am so glad to be here this morning. Oh, nice to see all the wonderful, wonderful faces and familiar faces and new faces, people I'm just meeting today. So thank you. Thank you for the upliftment, the inspiration, the guidance already here this morning. And oh my goodness, I am grateful to be here, to be speaking to you this morning on the power of thankful decision. And we've already referred to this morning in the wonderful things that we have heard, that decisions are part of our daily lives. Right? They're part of our daily lives. Sometimes they're easier. There's a flow, and they come forth more quickly. And sometimes they're more difficult, perhaps prolonged. We may feel torn or confused. And today I'm going to talk about the mental and the spiritual nature of decisions, and the mental aspect of making those choices, of considering choices, on the awareness of what we are considering, and then the spiritual aspect. To remember, sometimes when we talk about decisions, we don't always think of the spiritual nature, right? The spiritual nature of them, and that recognition of our oneness, and the guidance, the support that is always there. And to remember that, perhaps if we're feeling strained or confused, that spiritual aspect, that oneness. We're always one with the infinite intelligence of the universe. And what we can do, we've already heard some this morning, what we can do in our consciousness to cultivate our clarity, our receptivity, our trust. And also going to talk about how making decisions is really a lot like the practice of prayer. And that's not something we might always think about, but it is. And I'm going to refer to that today here. And great inspiration for the talk today, for me, is the book, The Power of Decision by Raymond Charles Barker. And let's see a show of hands, anyone who's read that book. Oh, there we go. It is a New Thought classic. And Raymond Charles Barker was one of the great leaders in New Thought. And I think it's wonderful that he had roots in both unity and religious science. And he really was a great leader of New Thought, and quite prolific in his speaking and writing. And one of the books, as I said, that he wrote was The Power of Decision. And I do highly recommend it. It's, again, one of my favorites that I go back to. There's some that you go back to a lot, and that's one of them. And I'll talk about that book, and I'll talk about him more in just a little bit. But I want to share a story with you, and it's a story related to a recent life experience that I had that involved some significant decision-making. And many of you here have heard me talk about my daughter, Rosalie. And she just turned 17, oh my goodness, last month in October. So last October then, she turned 16. And so the big time of turning 16 and driving. And so on her birthday, we went to the driver license center and she got her permit. And we did my goodness, the practicing and the learning and that nurturing confidence and that time of saying, oh, no, Mom, I know what I'm doing. Okay. And she passed her driver's test in May. And throughout those experiences, for me, it was getting used to her growing up. Getting used to that and that letting go and making decisions about that, about what was coming up from that, of having your license and just accepting those things. So there were some decisions going on in me. And while she had her permit, she would frequently ask, can I get a car? Can I get a car, Mom? Can I get a car, Dad? And the immediate answer was no. And we were still wrapping our heads around, again, the responsibility, for her, and the financial part, that prosperity consciousness of having another car and insurance. So there were decisions, moving around within. And the day she got her license, as we were driving away, she asked again, can we go look at cars today? No, honey, no. I hadn't open to that. I hadn't made that decision. Wasn't ready for that. And she was quite persistent. So we said, why don't you do some research? we said, let's do some research on some pre-owned vehicles. And we thought, well, that'll get her involved. And I thought, well, in the meantime, I can, I'll let her drive my car, because that was a decision, to have her drive off by herself. She does dance, drive off to dance. Oh my goodness. Or drive to go get an ice cream or Starbucks, just getting used to that. So that was that first decision. And my wonderful Honda Odyssey minivan, which I know wasn't of excitement to her, but it was driving. It was driving. And so one day in early June, she came and she said, "Mom, I found a car. It's the car. It's a pre-owned car. It's a Ford Bronco Sport." She said, "It's a good deal. Can we go look at it? Can we?" So I was hesitant, and this was in early June. And I finally said, "Yes, we're just going to go look. We're just going to go look." So we live in Sewickley, and the car was at a dealership in the South Hills. And so we drove down there, and the whole time my husband was at work. And I was thinking, no, I'm just not ready. And, we're just not ready in so many ways. So we pulled up to the dealership. And there, parked right there, was this shiny, really cute, light blue Ford Bronco Sport. And I thought, oh, gosh, that's really cute. And so we had this very nice salesperson, a young man, he was brand new. And so he was really nice. And so we took him for a test drive. And so you have to be 18 to test drive a car. So I had to drive it. And along the way, Rosalie was asking some really good questions. And I thought, wow, she sounds really so grown up in the things that she was asking. And it turns out that this dealership was in Peters Township, which is where I grew up. So we were driving, the salesperson took us on a route. And I thought, wow, this is my old stomping grounds. We went past my old high school. And so I started remembering driving. When I was her age. And occasionally drove, because we had a car that we shared, and we had a good old station wagon with the paneling on the side. So I remember driving that to school, and how on some days, it would work out, and how the thankfulness that I felt. The thankfulness that I felt to Mom and Dad let me have the car that day, and to drive that car, to drive my brother and sister to school, and those feelings of thankfulness started coming up. And as we were driving along, and it started infusing, I'm going to say, the decision. Do you know what I mean? The thankfulness, the excitement of it, and the thankfulness that was filling me. And so when we got back to the car, and then I started noticing, when the ball starts rolling, if you will, that thing, I thought, well, this is it's not only a cute car, it's a nice, it's safe, and it's a nice size, and all the good thoughts started flowing. So, and I started thinking of Rosalie, the thankfulness that she could drive herself to dance and to some different things. So we got back to the showroom, and we sat down with him. It was a reasonable price. He was very nice. We still weren't quite ready, because this happened so quickly, the whole financial part. And my husband, I called him, okay. All right, and he said, all right, well, he said, I'd like to talk to the bank. We don't want to have them finance it through them. So anyhow, I said, well, can we come back tomorrow? He said, well, okay, because we have to talk about this. So anyhow, we had some going back and forth, and I kept just thinking and nurturing, the thankfulness of this opportunity, of an outcome that was highest and best for all. And so they did. So we don't usually do it this way. My husband and I went in and brought a down payment and a paperwork from the bank showing that we would be there on Monday. So they said, okay, we don't usually hold it, but we will. Okay. So and you just start fueling that idea more, and it did all come together. It's that power of decision, power of thankful decision. And the salesperson told us when we came to pick it up on Monday, the reason being it was our daughter's dance recital that weekend. So we couldn't come down. There are all these different factors. But again, it all came together. He said, they kept the car up online over the weekend, and somebody made an offer on it and said, I can come in today and pick it up. And they said, and sometimes there's they prefer to do that, just sell it right away. And they said, no, we're going to hold it until Monday. So in that power of thankful decision, it all came together. And it was a momentous occasion. They took our picture, and Rosalie has never looked back. It opens a whole new world, as you know, and driving herself places, and her friends were grateful. She picks them up, and they go to get Rita's, to get ice cream and Italian ice and all those fun things, and then driving herself to swim practice in the summer and all those things. So those things that were, again, that thankfulness. And it reminded me, I thought of the book, The Power of Decision, that mental part of the deciding, those ideas. Yes, my daughter is ready. Yes, she is a good driver. Yes, it is good for her to have a car. And then the spiritual part. Yes, God is always present. We're guided in what to know and what to do, and there's a divine order and harmony. And I am so thankful for this opportunity to learn and to make this decision, and for Rosalie to grow and to spread her wings, if you will. And all, of course, during the process, I did do affirmative prayer to practice, for the guidance, for the harmonious outcome, and for the perfect support through finances and everything. And I really started thinking about the similarities between making decisions and practicing prayer, because you have that idea, that intention, and you remember, your oneness. Remember that oneness with infinite intelligence, and you nurture that. And know that is coming forth in amazing, magnificent, harmonious ways. You do that with decision making. You do that when you practice prayer. And I that hadn't really hit me before, those similarities, And then again, the power of thankfulness that enriches each of those, because it gives an energy and an expectation and a knowing. And so that was a wonderful, and I invite you to think about that as well. If perhaps you're in the midst of a decision, and think about that and these similarities to prayer, and to nurture it, to trust, to know that you are guided by infinite intelligence, spirit that is always present, right? That knows the perfect answers and the perfect people, the perfect activities. And so a couple comments about what wise teachers have told us about this, shared with us. And I mentioned Raymond Charles Barker, his book, The Power of Decision, and I'll mention that again. And in that book, in essence, he advocates for thoughtful decision-making based on affirmative and constructive thinking. So he really works with that spiritual element, just what you were talking about in the meditation, right? That constructive and right thinking. And so in the midst of when we're making decisions, which may seem easy, which may seem hard, to remember that, how helpful that affirmative and constructive thinking is. And Dr. Barker encourages us to break free from limiting beliefs. Here, when we're in the midst of decision-making, limiting beliefs, self-doubt, to let go. There again is that let go. Just as in prayer, when we're letting go of old ideas, let go of fear, worry, resentment. All these things can get in the way of decision making, can't they? And they get in the way of constructive thinking. And it is, again, that release and that opening up and tapping into our innate power. Yes, I know the decision, and I open to that. And Dr. Barker said you cannot think and feel negatively over a period of time and have positive situations, right? And I know that I was thinking negatively in those early parts of that experience, and so just remembering to open up or to practice that affirmative thinking. And or affirmative and constructive thinking. That's such a good phrase, isn't it? Affirmative and constructive thinking. And, He also said, Dr. Barker said, we are the infinite unfolding. Into our consciousness is pouring at every instant a flood of new ideas born of the Spirit. So remember that flood of new ideas. New ideas to nurture our decision, to nurture our prayer. These are the living waters which Jesus said, if we would drink therefrom, we would never thirst again. There is no more indecision when the inner fount of ideas is sought and found, praised and explored. So there again, praise. Just remember, opening up really makes a difference, doesn't it? As I remember, started opening up to that thankfulness. You know, when I was test driving that cute little car, and just more ideas came with that to nurture, again, the decision. Just a couple more points here. Ernest Holmes, the founder of the Science of Mind, said, lifting our heart in thanksgiving guides us in putting aside all thought of wrong, distrust, and anxiety. There you go, right? Lifting our thought. I love that. Lifting our thought in thanksgiving. It's an idea we can think about this week. I lift my thought in thanksgiving. And he reminded us, Ernest Holmes, when he talks about how to approach the Spirit, let us come with thanksgiving. For a thankful heart is in harmony with life. It's a beautiful idea. A thankful heart is in harmony with life. It's not blocking things out or seeing or worrying. It's in harmony with life. So come in quiet confidence with an open and receptive mind and a believing heart. Naturally and expectantly, that expectation. And he reminded us of Jesus always saying thankful, right? And I know here, thankful before it is so. And certainly in the affirmative prayer that we practice here at Unity. And that thankfulness, and really feeling, not only saying it, affirming it is good, but feeling it. It's that feeling of thankfulness. And I know I was remembering and reminding myself here, I know that Charles Fillmore had said one of the 7 necessary conditions for true prayer to be is the one who prays must believe that he or she has received, right? And thankfulness, I'm thankful that I have received. And so I invite you to think of these thanksgiving, thanksgiving, lifting ourselves up in thanksgiving, thankfulness, filled with thanksgiving, how it enriches prayer and it enriches our decision process. Think of that as thankful decision. Power is powerful decision. And thankful prayer is powerful prayer. So I invite you to think of that this week, to lift yourself in thanksgiving. And I know that for you, that the feeling of inspiration and uplifted, and as you're sitting with family or friends or whomever, thankful. I lift myself in thankfulness. Thank you. Namaste. Blessings.
Birds in the sky, you know how I feel. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossoms on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, a new day, a new life for me. Feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean. Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Freedom is mine, I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Feeling good, feeling good, feeling good.
So much to be thankful for. Thank you, Ronnie. That was a gift. And it's time for us to give back. We want to be in the flow, right? We know that gifts come to us and then we give more and we get more. And we're just in the flow of living and loving and life. It's like a stream. You have to dip in order to really feel it. So we have come to that part of our service we call our prosperity practice. It's an opportunity to give back. And so I invite you to participate in the flow of the universe. And if you'll take your gift in your hand, we'll be saying our prosperity prayer, which you'll find on the screen. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. Our ushers will be collecting your gifts, and Ronnie?
Tis a gift to be simple, tis the gift to be free, tis the gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shall not be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come out right.
Say with me our unity principles. They're so powerful, and we want to embed them in our consciousness so that they come to us when we need them. So with me, God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. We are everywhere present, indeed. We are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God lives within each person. Therefore, all people are inherently good. We create our life experiences through our way of thinking. Through prayer and meditation, we increase our conscious contact with God, bringing forth love, wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good. Knowledge of these spiritual principles is not enough. We must live them. Yes, indeed. Will you join with me in singing our peace song? So Rise and shine, we're about to sing.
Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me.
The light of God surrounds me. I am light. The love of God enfolds me. I am love. The power of God protects me. I am power. The presence of God watches over me. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Thank you. Thank you. We'll be seeing you soon. Enjoy one another's company in the hall. And thank you for joining us.